You guys know how this works. I'm not going to keep explaining it. 3 road trip horror stories you shouldn't tell in the dark. Story 1, Camping Trip with Heroes. It was a few months after I got a divorce with my wife, Charlotte. Charlotte was just trying to plan something for the whole family. I thought it would be nice for us to go on a camping trip. Charlotte reluctantly agreed and said she'd bring the kids along too. I drove the RV, Charlotte was in the passenger seat giving me directions, Hank was taking a nap, Carl was looking at stuff not knowing what to do, Alice was reading a book, and Beatrice was taking a very long When we even got to the campground, we didn't even have to set up tents or anything because we already had our RV, or a recreational vehicle. Soon we began to make fun of each other on the road trip. We were on the topic of our moms, and Charlotte said that her mom could at least walk without a wheelchair, saying that insult to me. It's a walker, face, I said. Carl told us to cut it out, because he's been looking out the window for a while and he says we were here. It turned out we were here. Wow, I said, with a little sarcasm in my voice. Carl was serious. We did actually arrive at the campground, and they even helped me set up camp. And Beatrice had to take another poop again. Out of tiredness, I just said, just go in the woods. She was gone for a very long time. And me, being the dad of the friend group, said, guys, Beatrice went to take a dump 15 minutes ago. Why is she not back yet? I'm not that sure, Hank said. What was that? Hank asked. What was what? Alice asked. I heard something, Hank said. Probably just Beatrice playing a prank on us, Carl suggested. No, that was not Beatrice, Hank exclaimed. Later that night, we were all asleep, and we all just assumed that Beatrice was dead. But all of a sudden, in the middle of the night, she just showed up, looking as naked as ever. Beatrice, I asked, what are you doing here, and put some clothes on. She explained that while she was taking her someone or something came up to her and stripped her naked and kidnapped her. And since she hadn't gotten a look at her, there was nothing we could do. We ended up having to cut our trip short. Story 2. The prison problem. Man, are all these stories going to be based off of books I've written? Pretty much the phone rang in 52. It was my good hero friend Mike, who wanted to know if I would look after his prison while he was away. I said yes, grabbed my friends, grabbed everything we'd need, and we'd hit the road. And we arrived there without any trouble. Okay, fine, we won a chicken at a county fair. We went to a motel to stay there for the night, then the chicken ate all the food, and we had to pay both things for all the stuff the chicken ate, and for violating the hotel's no pet policy. We finally arrived at the prison. All the prisoners were talking crap like, hey, our new punching bags have arrived, and other stuff. Then Hank began to take roll call. He said names like Kevin Smoker, but one prisoner said that he moved to another prison. Then he said Makati Antelope, but another prisoner said, he died. No diseases, no execution. I think the prisoner said he died of cancer, but I'm not too sure. And then I found a history book of St. Michael's prison. And after all the stuff I found, I decided to transfer the prisoners to a new prison. Then the ghost of Makati Antelope destroys the brakes, and the ghost of him turns into like this spider creature thing. But then I defeat him. And that's the end of story 2. Thank goodness. Oh, man. Story 3. Heroes to die for. So recently, me and my friends were going to plan to be on a vacation. We went through security and then went back through to get on our plane. I mean, nothing really too boring about the walk over there. What's more important is the flight, because something interesting happens. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You'll have to find out eventually. So then we put down our suitcases and just relax. No sooner had we started sitting down, the plane was already going through turbulence, and soon the pilot announced that we were going to crash. I began to brace for impact. We were soon stranded on this deserted island. And me being the survival expert here, I just said, okay everyone, stay calm. Whatever you do, stay calm. But the guys weren't staying calm. While the guys were just casually freaking out, I was just setting up a help sign in the sand. But I got it a little too close to the ocean, and it washed away the help sign. Eventually, I decided to make it out of sticks, but oh boy was I wrong, because the ocean just rotted all the wood. But before we could signal for help, we had to find food and some shelter. We found a cabin with plenty of rations without expiry dates, and we were gonna be all good. Soon we decided to go explore the island, and we found some heroes' bodies, which was creepy. And then finally, after some debate, we decided to signal for help. We made this life-sized help sign out of sticks, and then we set it on fire. And then finally an airplane came and rescued us. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Robloxian Stories. I'll be uploading the next episode right now. Or wait, that's not what I meant. I meant next week. I'll upload next week.